It's an annual music event held the first weekend in March.
It's been going strong now for 12 years. It promotes music education for students. So important. Rhonda Moore, she's live at Beavercreek High School with what you need to know about Weekend of Jazz. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, you are guaranteed to hear some great sounding music. Right now we have the Beavercreek High School Jazz Band, and they are performing a song called Critical Mass. And right now I want to talk to the band director, this is Doug McCullough, and talk to me about Weekend in Jazz and the concept behind it.
Yeah, 13 years ago we wanted to start a jazz festival here, and we're in year 13. We bring in 2 professional artists each year, a lot of the Southwest Ohio local high school and middle school bands, turn it into a big Thursday through Saturday event.
And you also get like really good entertainers every year, some of the greats in jazz. How are you able to do that?
Well, the dream was we would bring the very best live musicians we could to the folks here in Dayton, the Dayton area. And we've had the Count Basie Orchestra, we've had Maynard Ferguson, we've had all the great names, and we're able to do that again this year as well.
It's also a workshop for the students, correct?
Right. Our students, our Beavercreek students and the students from all the other local bands get to actually work with the professional musicians as well.
All right, and those of us who love jazz get to come to the concerts and listen and enjoy.
Absolutely.
Now, Weekend of Jazz is in the auditorium here at Beavercreek High School, and it kicks off tomorrow with the Beavercreek Middle and High School Jazz Bands. Friday night at 8 is Jeff Coffin and the Mutet, beginning at 9 a.m. Saturday it's jazz bands for middle, junior, and high schools all around the Miami Valley. And then Weekend of Jazz wraps up with the legendary Ramsey Lewis at 8 p.m. on Saturday. And we'll have more for you coming up next hour. Back to you.
Wow, they sound amazing.
Very talented kids out there in Beavercreek. Thank you, Rhonda. All right, jazz greats like Maynard Ferguson, Stanley Clark, and the Count Orchestra have all performed at Beavercreek High School.
This year, Weekend of Jazz has even more dynamic musicians. Neat enough. Rhonda Moore, she's live at Beavercreek High School with the lineup of this year's entertainment. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, Weekend of Jazz is going to start off with the different jazz bands from the different Beavercreek schools. And right now, you're listening to the high school jazz band. I'll let you listen just for a second and listen to how good they sound. All right, I'm digging that music, and this is Doug McCullough. He's the band director. And talk to me about the different bands that are going to be playing, different high school bands from around the area.
Yeah, all day Saturday we have bands from the Cincinnati and the Dayton area. We invite actually a couple hundred bands to come. We have a great lineup of about 20 all day long on Saturday.
How do you pick which ones play?
We've kind of accumulated a mailing list from bands from the entire tri-state area over the years. So we invite a whole bunch, and many bands are interested in coming.
All right, well, Weekend of Jazz is in the auditorium here at Beavercreek High School. It's open to everyone, and it kicks off tomorrow with Beavercreek Middle and High School Jazz Bands. Friday night at 8 is Jeff Coffin. Beginning at 9 a.m. Saturday is the jazz bands from all around the area. And then Weekend of Jazz wraps up with the legendary Ramsey Lewis at 8 p.m. on Saturday. Back to you guys.
Young musicians from around the region get a chance to learn jazz from some of the best in the biz.
And you get to hear some great music along with it. Rhonda Moore, she's going to tell us about this annual Weekend of Jazz. She's live in Beavercreek. Good morning.
Good morning. We've got the high school jazz band playing for us right now, and they will be participating in Weekend of Jazz, which is 3 days full of concerts for the public and also workshops for the jazz band students. Now, Valerie Ryan is a 10th grade trumpeter, and tell me, what is it about Weekend of Jazz that you like?
I love the experience, and I think it's a great opportunity that Beavercreek has, and I love the workshops too.
Now, you guys get to work with some big-name professional jazz musicians. What is that like?
Last year we got to, I'm a trumpet player, so I love Chad Shootman, and just listening to him for an hour, I think it made me a better musician.
And this year is going to be Ramsey Lewis. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
You also get to see other bands perform from other area schools, and how is that?
That's awesome. I mean, there's a little bit of competition, but it's mostly just for the experience, and I love listening to other bands and getting to hear them.
All right, well, have fun this weekend. All All right, a Weekend of Jazz is in the auditorium here at Beavercreek High School. It's open to everyone. It kicks off tomorrow with Beavercreek Middle and High School jazz bands. Friday night at 8, it's Jeff Coughlin and the Mutet. Beginning at 9 a.m. on Saturday, it's jazz bands from middle, junior, and high school from all around the Miami Valley. And Weekend of Jazz wraps up with the legendary Ramsey Lewis at 8 p.m. on Saturday. And again, it's open to everyone. Back to you guys.
Wow, I just cannot believe their talent. They've been blowing us away all morning long.
I know, and a great concert to go to if you can this weekend.